The forests of Estonia are huge when compared to what you may have experienced in other parts of the world. Indeed, 32% of Estonia is wooded, and thus they require a different type of thinking for completely different threats. Here we will quickly look at 3 examples of features worth noting. The first is the open areas, where easy movement is allowed and range of vision is likely to be 200 to 1,000 meters. Open areas are obvious killing areas and should be avoided if advancing, due to the vulnerability that a packet will have breaking out into open space. The next feature is a forest track, long, straight and occasionally very narrow. These tracks offer fast movement but very limited arcs. Tracks are what will direct most movement through Estonian countryside. Not all tracks are visible, and often if it's only possible to identify tracks through ground-based recce, such as this track here, which is hidden from aerial view, and also not shown on published maps, yet would be passable by most vehicles. These tracks can be used to gain an advantage on the enemy, where they may not have expected an advance to come from. Fighting skills, both mounted and dismounted, will need retuning to get the most out of the short-range engagements that you are likely to encounter in Estonia. Aggressive anti-armour ambushes need to be well drilled, as well as counter-ambush drills for all call signs within the battle group. Mission command will allow troops and platoons to operate continuously, even where communication or line of sight is difficult. The threat will change based on many variables. It is not just whether there is woodland or not, but also the density of the forests either side. Enemy AT weaponry, such as the 9K115 Metis or 9M133 Cornet, are much like our own and have a 50-meter arming distance. Dense woodland will prevent most sophisticated AT weapons from being fired, especially at moving targets, due to the missile being knocked off course by foliage. Tracking a moving target is especially difficult. This will influence where you expect a contact from, as it will rarely be off to the side of a track and instead will likely be from the front on long straight tracks, or when a packet goes static at a vulnerable point such as a junction. In the defence, this may also mean clearing woodland to ensure good arcs of fire for an anti-tank matrix. Movement off tracks may be very difficult, and we have learned the hard way that not all ground is as hard as it seems.